Hey, we're Cake. My name is John.
And I am Vince.
We play in the band Cake, and we're here at Forecastle to serve entertainment experience.
Guys, well, I wanted to thank you for being here and thank you for playing the festival. Now, you're a particularly interesting band, I think, because you seem to be very, your music as well as the things you've been doing, you've been very environmentally aware. And as you know, Forecastle is about music, but it's also about art and activism. So is sort of environmentally conscious thing a big part of what you do?
It's tangential, but it's not the primary thrust of the band.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that we are aware of because we're human beings and we're like, you know, sort of smart enough to sort of see what's going on around us. But I think everybody is that, so it shouldn't be that weird. Maybe it is weird, I don't know.
You recently moved your studio to California Power, right?
Yeah, sorta. It's still locked into the grid, but we actually make more power than we use. And as the value of recorded music descends into nothingness, we still get a check for $25 every month for like extra electricity that we pay into the grid. And what's really cool is that Sacramento, as opposed to a lot of cities, is a public utility, which they actually pay you money. Whereas like the big privately owned utilities are really miserly about actually paying you for the energy that you give them. I have actually live in Oakland, and we have PG&E there, and it's just like they do not want to give up any money and you're giving them all this power. But public utilities, that's one thing that's a lot cheaper than private utilities. If I could put in a word or two for public utilities, it's they spin it so that it's like, oh, it's scary. You don't want the government, you know, running utility. It's so wasteful or whatever. The bills we get, like that I used to get in Sacramento, I actually lived in both places for a while, and we're like 25% cheaper in Sacramento than Oakland. So I hate the private utility. The government is good. Government is awesome.
So I guess, if you don't mind answering a related question, are you a fan of Obama?
Well, we knew that the Obama struggle would be fraught with compromise and challenge. And you know, what did you expect? Like a freaking superhero or something? And you know, as soon as he was elected, everybody that cared about things just sort of promptly went to sleep and felt like everything was going to be taken care of. Which, unless you sort of stay on it, you know, the force of the vortex down the toilet is very powerful. So
yeah, I'm really glad he's president. You know, I mean, I continue to be impressed with the way he deals with things, and you know,
I'm not as embarrassed.
Yeah, you know, he's a president you can be proud of. It's not shameful that he's our president. You know.
Along that route, have you ever been touring overseas and actually felt embarrassed?
Yeah, we've had Germans getting in our faces, like, you know, like asking us what the fuck, you know, like, you know, drunk Germans just like getting really, really intense on us, like trying to ask us to explain, like, what can I do to explain? Well, Americans don't really pay that close attention because they're really busy making money so they can buy electronics items from Japan. So that's why George Bush is in office.
So we're talking about, I hear there's a new album in the works. I guess what stage of development is that?
We're done.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
It's recorded? And I think I heard that it was going to be recorded using 100% solar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we can say that it was rehearsed, recorded, and mixed using 100% solar power.
That's really amazing.
Yeah, it's not that amazing in California. In Germany is the number one, speaking of Germany, the number one producer of solar electricity. Because they had a program that gave people incentives to put panels on their houses and businesses. We don't really have as cool a promotion here, but there they have for years, and they produce more solar power than any country. And I don't know if you've ever been to Germany, but Germany is cloudy. always very cloudy. So that's what really got Cake to put solar panels on our California studio, was just the ridiculousness of not doing it when we can afford it. And right now, because of the awesome world recession / depression, solar panels are as cheap as they're ever going to be. I mean, for a long time. They just went, the price of solar panels, I think, went down by 40%. So go do it if you can.
Okay, so about the new album, you've been quoted saying it's going to be very different from past Cake albums, I think, and that you're going to use some piano.
Yeah, there's some acoustic piano. We hauled the piano in there, and you know, it sounds good on some songs. And we also used reverb, which we have never used on an album. So there's a few changes, very subtle.
Yeah, you know, we know what our strengths are, and I think we've grown as individuals and as a band together. So it's really, we've done it with a very similar process and dynamics in the past, but we've gotten better at it. So it isn't really something that is you know, going for a new sound, but it's just you know, maybe a more mature record than the last one, just like the last one was more mature than, you know, like, it's funny, like it's guitar, bass, drums, trumpet, and you know, we have a keyboard, so we don't depart from that so much. You know, Devo's playing in the background. A lot of people, when they hear Devo, they think that it's very electronic, but for the most part, it's like a surf rock band, but they have a couple synthesizers on stage. You know, it's very, and I think if you depart too much from that core of what a rock combo is, you can really lose a lot of groove and lose your audience, because it becomes a little bit too esoteric and you know, loses its balls.
That said, I mean, I think that it doesn't necessarily become too esoteric, but what you have to do is reinvent the whole alchemy of your music. You know, you have to start from the very bottom all the way up. You know, you know what I mean? It's,
sure.
And so I think there was a lot of really great bands that are rejecting some of those rock conventions, which, you know, I think we've rejected a few of them. And when we do reject them, we have to come up with something to replace it. And so it's a lot of work to have to do that every song. And I certainly respect the artists that do that, because it's, you know, it's a serious commitment.
Guys, I want to thank you for being here at Forecastle. Thank you for taking the time to sit with us, and we look forward to the new album.
Right on.
Thank you.